You know what it is, HipHopMike live from the crib, mid-quarantine. I don't know if I'm mid-quarantine or if this is going to just last forever at this point. But I'm cutting my own hair officially, and I look pretty fly. Thank
Come
y'all.
on, Fly.
Appreciate all the comments. Oh, and I got a special guest here that clearly thinks I look fly too. Shyan's in the building. What up, yo?
What's good? What's good? How are you?
I'm good. I'm not in Florida, and it looks way warmer where you're at as opposed to where I'm at, but I'm holding up.
Good. I'm glad that you're holding up. Florida is so wishy-washy. It would be 1 minute it'll be raining. Next thing you know, it's cold. Then we wake up and it's super, super hot. I don't
That's
know.
one thing I never understood. Florida is like it could be raining on one side of the street and like bright sunny on the other. It make no sense.
When I tell you, I was just telling my friends that the other day. I said it could be raining literally in one area, and the next thing you know, it's not raining on the next street. You'd be like, "What the hell? What is going on?"
It's like them clouds is stubborn. Them clouds is just like, we're raining here. This is our block.
Here.
This is
right
our
here.
block.
Right. Like they in a gang or something.
Well, I mean, it looks like you inside, you hanging out. How far do you live from a beach? Because I feel like everybody in Florida is like 2 minutes away from a beach. Is that the case?
Yeah, I'm up the street. I'm up the street from the beach.
Have you gotten time to go out there? Because I mean, in New York, it's like news that most of Florida is like on the beaches and it's busy and it's lit. What's the actual report from a true Floridian on the check-in? I need the street report.
Well, everybody, May 1st came and everybody was at the beach. Not I. Not I. I'm going to let them go first and I go last, but I'm not going first. I was like, soon as they was like, open up the world a little bit, literally we got traffic, we got people all in the stores. They couldn't wait to get to the beach, even though they wasn't really listening anyways. Because when we went on quarantine, it was like vacation for the whole world in Florida. Like everybody got their rollerblades on, they at the park, they grilling. I'm like, is it a virus, y'all, or is it not a virus? Like, what's going on?
Makes no sense. I feel that. Crazy. Y'all is wild in Florida. Like, I know a girl out there, she on one of them boats with the big fan. I'm like, nah, not for me. This immune system is still closed for business.
How I feel. That's how I feel. I wasn't taking no risk.
What did happen when you got the news? Like, how did the news hit you? Because it didn't really even hit me. It like snuck into my life. It's like, we're open for business. We're open for business. We're open for business. Get in the house. Stay in the house. Don't go anywhere.
Right.
Was it like that for you?
It was so crazy because I literally, the day that it kind of like hit, it was like I was supposed to go to L.A. So I had my bags packed. I was ready to go. I was supposed to go to the airport. I was literally going to go catch my flight. And then they were like, all flights are canceled. I'm like, it ain't storming outside. I know it's not storming in LA. Like, what's going on? What's wrong? Next thing you know, they're like, oh, this big old virus, everybody got to stay home. I'm like, I can't at least go, no? Okay, I guess I'll go back home and unpack again.
He's like, Florida with it.
It was crazy, mad crazy. I was not expecting not to be able to work still.
Well, what were you going to be doing in LA? I know you got like a whole situation with a television show. You do a bunch of stuff. Like, I'm just getting familiar. I haven't seen the show yet, but Kelly, my girl, so.
Okay. Yes, most definitely. So I'll give you a little background on myself. So yes, my name is Shyann. I'm in a girl group called June's Diary that aired maybe like 4 years ago on BET. It was called Chasing Destiny. And they picked 5 girls to be in a group. So I am one out of the 5. And we all live everywhere. Like, I'm from Florida. We have 2 girls that are from LA, and they're from Compton and Glendale. And then we have another girl. We got somebody in New York, but she's trained in New Jersey. She's trained in New Jersey. And then we have another girl.
I get it.
Look, but she be repping those. So, you know, she be in the city.
Fine. but she can't.
We love New York because New York definitely support us. Like,
so
yes. And then we have Crystal. She is from North Carolina, Gastonia.
So over the place.
We are literally all over.
How do you end up on a TV show that's like nationally casting, looking for people all over the country? Like, I mean, 1 of 5. That's serious.
So they had like literally they were scouting for girls for all over and stuff like that, and they end up picking a good maybe like 200 girls, and we all had to go to LA, and everyone literally kind of did their own auditions everywhere. I did my audition in Atlanta. And like the girls did New York and stuff like that, and LA and stuff like that. So that was really it for more so the auditioning part.
What was it like when you like go to try out for this thing, right? And then you just like, yeah, I'm 1 of 200, like, all right, and call, and they're like, so Shyann.
Really and truly, I didn't know.
Were you nervous? Because I'd be scared. I'd be like, wait, I'm gonna be on TV now? Like, I thought this was just like, I didn't know this was real. Like, was that
the audition? Well, the audition was part of like the TV show part, I guess, or whatever the part was. So I had to, because we had to do like 3 auditions like this. Like, like, you know what I mean? Just like, get online and send videos in and stuff like that. And then we were chosen from that group. So it was almost like 4 auditions.
Was you working extra hard on your video?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I really, really did. Because at first, like my mom told me about it, I didn't think it was real.
Okay.
And
wait, so mom
crazy.
hit you and she was like, there's a TV show and you gonna enter.
No. Okay, so this is how it happened. It happened so crazy.
I need the story.
It was literally like, I tried out for American Idol because they asked me to try out.
Was it like Paula, Simon, Randy, or?
I didn't get to do all of that. I had like the actual like the people that actually, you know, put the show together. Okay. I had an audition with them, the head people with them. And then they figured out that I wasn't what they were looking for. And it was like, no, I think we would have something else that might fit her way better. And then they heard about Kelly putting together a girl group in this TV show. And then they sent all my information to her.
Wow.
And then her assistant reached out to me and my mom. And we were like, hold on.
It's like you want American Idol without even having to do American Idol. They was like, you going straight to Hollywood. Like, you don't even need to see Paula, Simon, none of them. You going straight to Hollywood. That's it.
It was like, I'm not, you know what I mean?
Nah, that's lit though. So they put you on to the audition for this, and then you get into this group, and it's going through all these girls from all over.
Boom.
And then you get a phone call. How like far after this? So when is the audition and when do you get the call? Is it months? Is it a year?
It was just like a few weeks afterward. Everything was fast.
Wow.
It was fast. And at the time, I had like 3 jobs. So I was like working in the mall. I was working at a funeral home. I'm singing on the weekends. I'm like, literally, I was ripping and running.
At a funeral home.
Look, everybody always be like, do you work with dead bodies? I be like, listen, no. I sang at the gravesite, and sometimes I may drive like the family around and stuff like that, but I don't mess with nobody.
All right. Well, I knew a girl that she did like the hair and makeup, and she was making bags, but I was just like, I can't ever, like, I'm not doing nobody's. I could do hair if you alive. I'll do you. I
could do your hair if you alive.
If you alive, I got you. Like,
I got you, yeah.
If you was deceased, though, I can't have that responsibility because
me
you can't even tell me if I'm messing up. Like,
yeah,
I gotta be responsible for your last look. Nah.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Most definitely, yeah, no,
that's
not for me.
Because you was working basically in music without even working in music. It's always been for you.
Yes, yes. I've been singing since I was 2 and performing since I was 4 and professionally getting paid for it since I was 5.
Oh,
So,
this.
so yeah, this is definitely like, I wanted to execute plan A before thinking about plan B.
All right, very smart. I love it. And to have 3 jobs means you hustle. So you ready to go for this music industry and this entertainment.
Oh, most definitely.
So once you get cast for this show now, how does that go? Like you meet Kelly, is she awesome? Is she like, do you see her all the time, or is she kind of like low key? I've always wondered because you watch some of these shows and they be like fake living with the people that's on the show, and you like, I know Kelly don't live with all these people.
No, we did not live with Kelly.
Right.
We definitely did not live with Kelly. But we for a minute we had our own spot. And
Okay.
me and the girls lived in L.A. together. Once we were picked, we went straight to work. And meeting Kelly and Frank was great because the thing about the show, it wasn't anything like a Love and Hip Hop or anything like that. It was a doc. You know what I mean?
Drama.
So you said what?
It wasn't drama, like y'all got along. It
No,
was like straight to
and
the
it was
music.
nothing. It was nothing that was fixed. So everything that you saw on the show, that's what was happening at that moment. So we never knew what was going to happen. Like Kelly and Frank, like literally kept a nice poker face the whole entire time. We never knew what they were thinking because it could be like literally we'll be rehearsing. And the next thing you know, it'd be 4 a.m. The next thing you know, somebody telling you, "Oh, I'm going home." I'm like, "What you mean you going home?" Wait, hold on now. Pump the brakes. We didn't get no fair warning, no nothing. Yeah. So it was, and I was the youngest out of the whole entire show.
Wow.
So I was the baby for everything. So I was always kind of getting picked on a little bit about being a baby. It was like, "Oh, you don't think you're being a little naive?" I'm like, "I'm just being myself." And so it was definitely a learning experience, and it was just like a workshop. And I appreciate Kelly and Frank for literally like they didn't mind telling us, you know, what we did wrong. Anybody, even if you left, if you didn't get picked, if they asked like, "What can I do better?" or anything like that, they would tell you. So I really respected them for that because they didn't like make people feel like they lost hope.
No, they still boost the confidence, and it sounds like overall it's a great experience to even be part of that because I mean,
yes, most definitely
exposure. So that's tight. And then now, what are you working on? So this was a few years ago. This show, you saying? And then what happened? So after the show, you got picked. Do you go on a tour? Do you go on like what's that like? And then what do you work on? Because I know you're doing your solo thing right now, right?
I do both.
Okay, so you still part of this group?
Oh yes, most definitely. I'm never leaving the group.
We
together.
I love that. Yeah, because there's very few people that's able to balance. It's essentially 2 careers. Like having a career as a group and having a career as an individual. It's like you building in 2 different aspects altogether. What was that like, and what was kind of like the steps after the show now with the group? Is it like you get support from Kelly's people or Frank's people, or what's that whole situation like?
Really and truly, it was more so like when we got picked, we went straight to work. We were in the studio day and night. We did a song or 2 a day. Okay. So we had we were really working really, really hard. We had our big showcase that we did for like the show at the end and stuff like that. So like at the time we didn't even have a name yet.
Really?
We didn't have a name. So it was so crazy how everything started to come together. But she wanted to make the process ours. So you know what I mean? We wanted to form our own bonds. You know what I mean? Our own history. Because yes, Kelly is in the greatest girl group that we love and still do. So she was a mentor and she was a big sister to us. And she always, just kind of showed us, make sure that you stay out of your own way and you make your own path. I'm here because, I understand that way. So she let us do our own thing. And she's an artist. So she still do her artist thing. She's not here to be our mom or, you know what I mean? she let us spread our wings. It's time for y'all to fly and do y'all thing and get that going. So that's what we've been doing. So that's been a really, really cool thing. And I always tell people that's just like someone telling me, like I said, I had 3 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Who was going to tell me that I can't do all 3 jobs? You know what I mean? That's basically my career. Who's going to tell me I can't do my solo thing and do my group thing? There's no such thing. I know how to multitask. So if I feel like if I can do both, I'm going to do both. Because I feel like we're collective as a group. So all of us do our own solo things. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't make us feel like, oh my gosh, you're going to not be in a group. Like, dramatic. We are not like that. We are not like that at all. We are genuine women, and we support one another. So it's really big on that.
Music, like, because there's very few shows. Like, there's a lot of people that you could have ended up in a situation where it's like, yo, this person said this about you, or this person thinks that, and it's like they get the ratings off the drama. For y'all to have somebody who strictly supports you off the music, and it's just like, you know, come together, really focus on the studio. It seems like it was a recipe for success for everybody. Like, no cat.
Thank you.
Nah, all love. So what's the solo thing been like? Like, how has that, you know, kind of changed as you become bigger and like more part of this industry stuff?
Me doing a solo, of course, it just helps. Me being part of the girl group, because at the end of the day, when I do my solo stuff, I always let people know that I'm in a girl group. I always let people know that I'm in a girl group, because that's part of me. For and sure. that helps with my solo music too. So you know what I mean? And all of us do. So if it's something that if it's something to help us, because at the end of the day, people still gonna know Shyann Roberts as a solo artist, and Shyann Roberts part of June's Diary. So it's like, it helps. Because at the end of the day, when we're all on stage, those people that might know my music and like all my solo projects, they're gonna come out because they're a fan of mine, or you know what I mean, or they're a fan of another girl because of her, you know, what she's doing. So it just brings more attention to all of us, really and truly, in my opinion.
And it's dope too, because now you got people all over the country that wherever you go, you can tap in with like a different, you know, you
exactly
got able to show you around even different parts of LA is dope.
Yes, most definitely. And just being like overseas, like there's so many people that, you know what I mean? Like for Africa and London. And I'm like, how do y'all even know? Like
they got you on
honor somewhere else. Y'all to know.
It's crazy how that happens too, because I was just noticing that I'm watching a show on Netflix that like it's a Spanish show, but it's all they voiced over in English. Like imagine you on TV somewhere else, they got your voice talking in Chinese or something.
I know they said like people from Africa and stuff like that, they hit us up, DMing us, and like, cause the show was international, so people watched it all over. So it was like, to know that, I'd be like, what episode are y'all in over there? Like, they're like, oh, we're just in the middle. And I'm like, that's so crazy that it's still on over there. Like,
so what's to come? What's the focus now, and how you working through quarantine? Like, you still recording? You able to get any stuff done out there in Florida?
Of course, I'm trying to keep my distance, 6 feet. But, but yes, no, most definitely. With having the quarantine thing going on, it just helps me create better. I have more time to just really study my craft, really figure out what other things that I want to do, what other things that I want to start or finish. I just got more time just got more free time, really and truly. And we talk to the girl. We and the girls talk all the time. Mm-hmm. So we try to just figure out new ideas, like, you know, hey, what can we do? So when this is over, like how our schedule gonna be, because that's like I said, I was going to L.A. to record with the girls because we were doing Essence this year, so we were working on our another year. This is like our fourth or third time. It's like our third or fourth time, but this is gonna be like our second time performing by ourselves as a featured artist again. So that was really, 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 really gonna be fun. But you know, Rona came around and just swiped everything away. So we were working on the album. So yeah, we're just trying to figure out, you know, what can we do right now? Even though we're separate, what can we do?
Nah, that's dope, man. And you killing it. Listen, I appreciate you even taking the time to do the interviews and stuff like that, because you definitely
Oh, thank you.
did. Much love. I do have one more question. I don't know if Kelly would love it, but if you had to choose Beyonce or Kelly,
Ah!
nah,
Why
I
stop
know
getting me cut up?
it's got to be Kelly all day because I mean, clearly she's created a lot of opportunity. But ever on this show or in any situation, were you ever thinking to yourself like Beyonce could walk in right now? We would even.
Well, no, we've met Beyonce a few times.
Does your mom know that? They don't even see
Yeah.
her mom. Dukes is right here watching the interview.
Ah!
Did she know
Yes,
that you done met Beyonce hella times? Because that's crazy.
Yes, I call my mama about everything. You know, I told her.
I love that. That's amazing. So what was that like? And when's the first time? Because I've met Hove twice, right? But I've only seen Beyonce one time. And it was the coolest thing ever in my life. Like, because I was just sitting there eating pizza.
Oh.
And her and Beyonce and Jay-Z and Beyonce walked by. I was at the US Opens and I was eating pizza out of Rock Nation hat. And I just went like this. And Beyonce
Hey.
points at me. And I think my heart stopped and it hasn't started since. How was that experience? Because that's got to be insane.
No, definitely. Who
Bro.
wouldn't?
You
It was definitely when we first met her, we didn't have a name.
Okay.
We didn't have a name for the group. It was for Kelly's birthday party in LA. And we came up with our own birthday song for Kelly. Like we made this birthday song and we made it for Kelly. So now it's like our song. And Beyonce heard us sing the song and she came up to us like, first she came up to us first and was like, hey y'all, like da-da-da-da-da-da. We all standing up like at attention, like hi, like hello, trying to not be weird. And then afterwards, like every time we meet them as a family because they're always as a group. So we got to meet Kelly, we got to meet, Beyonce, we got to meet Miss Tina, we got to meet Jay-Z, we got to meet Blue, we got, you know what I mean? The whole family is usually always around when we were around.
Damn.
So, and I felt like I fit in, you know what I mean? They didn't make me feel uncomfortable or anything like that. Like I was dancing on the.
You don't
I was
seem like the let me
Jay-Z.
get a selfie person either. Like you seem like you cool as hell.
Yeah, I was literally just taking the moment in because at the end of the day, I know what I was in. I know what situation where I was at and who I was in front of. I'd much rather take all that. It's way better than just taking a picture. Even though a picture lasts long, but memories are forever.
I know the vibe.
So it was definitely nice. Like I battled Jay-Z on the dance floor. Like we literally had a great time. Anytime we've ever been together. Like, cause I'm from the South. So I pull out that South mentality. And she was like, oh yeah, me and her was battling everybody and stuff like that. We doing I started the Soul Train line.
You also the youngest. Like you also the youngest. I could imagine there's something there too because isn't B's the youngest in their group too, right? Am I bugging?
I do not know that for sure.
I'll do the moves.
When you look at Beyonce, you don't think anything but just Beyonce. That's it. Really and truly, all of them. You just look at them and be like, that's
amazing. Yo, craziness. And to be selected as one of the 5 is truly incredible because that is not easy to do, especially out of Florida.
No, it's not. And it was so, like I said, it wasn't easy. So I'm honored that, I was chosen to be a part of something so much bigger than I am. People don't understand, like being in this girl group changed my life because, it's a sisterhood. You know what I mean? I have siblings and siblings and stuff like that. But me and all my siblings don't live together or anything like that because we have different moms and we have the same dad. But I've always been the only child. So I've never had a lot of friends or anything like that because of my career and stuff like that. So me being part of this girl group, right? So this group is awesome. Like it's UNITY. Like
hey. Nah, that's incredible. And I gotta say, your energy is definitely infectious. Like, we definitely gotta chop it up more. And I'm excited to watch you continue to blossom because it seems like you just getting started.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Much love. My Instagram is super messed up right now. I've been trying to follow people for like a week, and I'm on a ban until the 18th. But I was telling you, like I've been telling everybody else I interview, I'm gonna set an alert in my phone, and on the 18th at 12 o'clock, I will be following you. Everybody else though should do so right now. How can they keep up with you and all the dope things you're doing?
You can follow me on everything, literally everything, at official Shyann. Official spelled the regular way, Shyann spelled Shyann. And also follow my group, June's Diary, June like the month, Diary like the book.
I love it. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate your time, and make sure everybody checks out for June's Diary and Shyann right now on the gram. Yo, it's been a pleasure. You cool as hell. We definitely got to chop it up. Next time you in New York, I will put you on all the pizza spots. Get lit.
Yay! You know what? That's so crazy. We're gonna have to do that.
I got you. I definitely got you. I'm nice with the pizza. You know.
I got it.
All right, yo. Well, you know what it is. HipHopMike. Follow me on the gram at HipHopMike. Thank you so much again. We'll definitely talk soon.
Most definitely.